to Political Spotlight on Daily Insider TV. I'm your host, Latif Adeleke. This morning, we'll be discussing youth integration into politics as the way forward for marginalization of Okeogun people in Oyo State politics. And of course, it is my pleasure to welcome our guest, an embodiment of versatility, a grassroots politician, a skilled teacher, and of course, an eloquent master of ceremony, and recently, a skilled portrait builder. Ahmed Olabisi, you're welcome, sir.
Good morning, my brother.
Good morning, sir.
Thanks for that compliment.
Yeah. So this morning, we will be bringing your attention to youth participation in politics. We've been lamenting the marginalization of Okeogun in Oyo State politics for years. But to our observation, we realized that youth integration into politics is very low. So we think participation of youth might be one of the way forward to our inclusion in Oyo State politics. Mr. Ahmed Olabisi, as a grassroots politician and a youth, what do you think are the major factors for the political marginalization of youth? And do you think this contributes to marginalization of Okeogun in Oyo State politics?
Well, good morning, everyone. And I'm very delighted to be on this program this morning. How does youth inclusion into politics, how can that develop our region, which is Okeogun? What our fathers have failed to do, I think youth should see it as a point of challenge to maximize what we have, to promote ourselves, to develop our region. But there are many things that have discouraged youth participation in politics. When we have greedy leaders and elders that do not want the younger ones to grow in politics, that alone will discourage a lot of youths from participating in politics. And immediately that one happens, it will cause a kind of setback, because we are talking about digital and modern day technologies that we can introduce into politics that will fast track things for us to make things happen. The elders and the leaders of politics of yesterday, they still have the thinking, the ideology, the philosophy of analog days. But we are not condemning that in totality, right? But if youth who have a new innovation, new ideas, new technological advancements, trainings, if we allow them to bring into the system the obsolete system, use their own new knowledge, they will transform that old style into what is acceptable to the modern world. But in a situation whereby some people, some leaders who will see youth as a threat to their personal welfare in politics, and then the youth himself will not want to risk anything that he will do that will shorten his life, because politics is very, very wide, and there are some aspects of politics that if you don't have the wherewithal, you will not want to venture into it. We have had some youths in this our constituency, I mean state constituency. In 2019, some youths came to at least to showcase what they have for us. Eventually, they were shortchanged as a result of those obsolete ideas that won't even make any developmental contribution. Same thing repeated itself in this recently concluded election. So by doing those things, we are not even encouraging youth participation in politics. And as long as that continues, our development will be having a very serious setback.
Yes, of course. That's one of the reasons why we think this topic is very important. Because, of course, when you look at the political movements in other areas, you will see the older generation replacing themselves with newer generations. But it is not like that here. You know, who can we point to as a young politician that we can look up to? So, and of course, we should try to dissect why youths are not so much interested in politics over here. And of course, what is your advice to political parties and government and even political leaders to the inclusion of youth? How can they encourage youth to participate in politics?
Thank you very much, the anchor. I'm very happy that you even made those points. That who can we point at this grassroots that we have that is representing the youth at the level of the government, probably at the state or in this local area. If I must be sincere with you, we don't have yet. Those who wanted to lead us, they were not given a warm reception into the system. They were not given a warm reception into the system due to so many factors. Factors like fear of unknown, like, oh, if we allow this one, it will unseat us, or it will throw us to the back in the scheme of things. No? So those are the things. When somebody who has the wherewithal came and ventured into politics, somebody whom we have seen as a youth like ourselves, and he failed, or probably some certain factors made him to fail, or some people ganged up against him, and his ambition could not manifest or materialize. That one alone is enough reason for youth from across boards to fear the fear of going into politics, because they will believe that, you know, if somebody like so person could go into politics and fail, how much more myself, who has nothing, who has no wherewithal, who has no connection, who doesn't have any financial strength to push everything that I want to push in politics. So it has not come to a situation of if some people or some fathers or some godfathers do not approve of your candidature or candidacy, or do not approve of your participation, or do not give you that friendly welcome, it will pose a serious danger for such a person. It shows the cloud, the atmosphere is not friendly. It shows whoever comes and he or she does not have that strong backing elsewhere, he may not be able to achieve his political desire.
But Mr. Ahmed,
we have seen
the issue is
situation of, we have seen a lot of experience. We have had a lot of experiences whereby some of us who are managing or who are doing a kind of part-time politicking, are having the fear that if you don't have somebody probably from presidency, it might not be easy for a youth to take a very reasonable position in this part.
And that's actually raises a cause for alarm, because in the recent election in our Kwara State, we saw one
a young lady like this,
6 years old,
yes,
that emerged as an House of Assembly member. So do you think that can happen over here?
My brother, though there's nothing God cannot do.
So
but
left to God now.
there are some things that God will not do for certain reasons. If that will happen here, I want to tell you categorically that it's either that youngster is a girlfriend to a political godfather, or a daughter or a son to a political godfather, or true revolution.
So to you, what is your suggestions to political parties and political leaders?
My own suggestion is that we should give everybody a level playground. As in youth, we should be encouraged to come out, to have their desire fulfilled. They should be motivated. They should be inspired. They should be encouraged. They should not be threatened. They should not be intimidated. Because, like my humble self now, I had my own fair share of such intimidation and harassment, all because I'm speaking for a certain, let me say, I'm speaking for youth in general, because I'm still a youth, and I think what is good for the source, the source for the goose is also the source for the gander. Whatever you think is okay for elderly ones in politics, we are mature enough to take the mantle of leadership. Okay, for instance now, that's why I want to pinpoint that some political parties are already getting it right.
Okay.
Why some political parties are not yet there at all.
So I don't think we have any political party that get it right there.
Okay, I want to. No, I've shifted my focus to another region now. Okay. For example, Ibarapa, they did something fantastic in the last general election. Ditto for 2019 election. You know, when the former speaker died, Adeyemo died, and there was going to be a by-election as a replacement. They fielded the present speaker of the House in Oyo State, Ogundoyin. He is not up to 40 years of age. He was around 35 or 34 that time. Do you understand?
Yes.
Yeah. He has been re-elected again. There is every tendency, if nothing changes, that he will still be elected as the speaker of your state once again. Those are the things what we expected our leaders here to do.
Do you think Ogundoyin's emergence is as a result of political orientation rather than the strategy of their leaders over there? So, because of course, I think their leaders are awakening already.
Whichever way we want to feel it, they still got it right by fielding a youth. At least Ogundoyin's emergence and is being elected as the speaker. Despite the fact that the regional zoning of that office has favored them already. You know, that's another factor. Of course. That the zoning of speakership has already favored Ibarapa people. So I will see it as a game of luck that they fielded him and it has collided with the luck waiting for them already at the in the scheme of things at the level of the house. You know, whichever way we want to view it, they got it right. They could have equally fielded an older person that will still take up the mantle of leadership from where the former speaker, or the speaker that died left it. No, the speaker that left the former speaker that died was from Ibarapa. So they fielded another person. They returned that same position to Ibarapa. If they wanted an older person, they could have done that as well.
Definitely.
But presenting a young chap like Ogundoyin is an added advantage, and it's giving us a very clear signal that they have seen the future. They are getting it right.
That's right.
Ogundoyin being the speaker, being a member of assembly is a plus on its own. Now adding speakership position to a position where in some part of this country we have people above age 50 lobbying for it. So we now have somebody who is not yet 35 years of age occupying it. It will motivate a lot of youth to a certain extent. So if we too imbibe the same spirit, I'm not trying to restrict my views to that position of House of Assembly alone. Do you understand? The present House of Assembly member representing Sheyin Tesiwaju state constituency is also a youth. Honorable Dele Adeola is also a youth. But there are some positions that we still have to occupy that will motivate other youths. Positions are plenty in government. Do you understand? But we have not yet set the template for which people can imbibe or emulate. That we are saying, okay, how many SA? How many SA to the president? How many chairman of boards that we have from this region? That we can claim to be youth. Is it that those positions are not existing, or they did not show it to our area here, or we did not merit it, or because of lack of understanding between us and the elderly people's political class? Can we say it's because of those things that we are not getting what we are supposed to get?
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Ahmed Olabisi. To you, in your own opinion, you've been into politics, and thank God you are also a youth. Do you think there is something that the youth that had the opportunity in the past to hold a position of leadership, do you think they did something wrong, or there is something you can point to that you can do right, at least to gain the trust of our older political leaders?
God bless you for me, my brother. When you are going as an elderly person, when you are occupying a present position, if you are not greedy and you are not selfish, you should at least create a space for younger ones that are coming behind. Don't see it as an eternal stuff that we just have to make sure that this thing does not leave our circle. No? Do you understand? You don't do things that way. That is what Hausa people have that we lack here. Hausa people, they will make sure even if it is parasite.
So why can't we? So we have a whole lot of enlightened youth.
Honestly.
Who can put ideas together.
My brother, some youth have come into politics and they have left. I'm having a fear that can it ever be possible for them to return? This is the reason. They have had some kind of bad experiences of going into politics. As young as they are, they have had a fair share of their own maltreatment from either the what I can call probably political leaders or stakeholders that determine the fate of who gets what at the primary level. Some met their own woes at the primary level. Some met their own woes at the election proper, because as a result of previous bad arrangements. Some leaders would say, okay, because this is not the person that we expected to get the ticket at the primary level. So you have gotten the ticket, then go and win the election, let us see. And they are part of the system. So it invariably means that that person will have a 50-50 hope. Because people that are supposed to give him support from the home base have left him to his fate to go and deal with it. We had it in the last election. So those things, when somebody came down from wherever he's living to participate in politics, and he's been shown a very dangerous part of the politics, he may not be encouraged to come again. And they know they have that style. Immediately they know they are done with you. They are going to, let us look for, we have this guy is doing well. He's living in Abuja. Let us invite him to come and participate in politics. They are not doing that because of God. They want to bite him. They want to squeeze him. They want to, they are like vampires that suck blood with a very long straw. It takes the grace of God for somebody who has felt such, or who has had such a terrible experience, to return back to base and still survive it. So those are the things that have been giving us a very serious concern. If people that are well-to-do have come into politics as a youth and they left with a very sad memory and bad experience, you see, are they going to return? Are they going to come back in the next dispensation to say, okay, we want to give it a try again? I'm getting it. So we need to encourage ourselves. We need to, a youth come now. Because of that division that I was talking about the other time, some certain youth say, it doesn't belong to us. We are not going to support him. How is it going to be possible for that person to
and that's why I said we need
to win an election? Because
united.
All hands are not on deck. So we have to come together as a body. Do you understand? To win an election for one of us. It is only then that when we win an election for one of us, that we'll have a mouthpiece or a representative, youth representative, that will be speaking for us. If he fails, before he fails, there must have been some warnings. You are going there to represent us. These are our expectations from you. If you meet up, then fine. If you failed us, we are going to have problems. It is not only a problem that will affect us alone, it will affect your integrity as well. So we should let them know right from the outset that you are not going there to represent yourself alone. You are going to represent a youth body as a whole. So if you fail us. And you are going to subject us to a subject of mockery before the people that we think should give us a space to showcase what we have to.
Thank you so much,
so
Mr.
we need
Olabisi.
unity
Thank you so
than
much
anything.
For the insights.
Yeah.
So we've really gone a long way. We don't have much time on our side. So our viewers, thank you for watching us. You can see that apart from being versatile, Mr. Hamid Olabisi is loaded, with experience as a grassroots politician and also a youth. So he has already highlighted the challenges that the youth that ventured into politics are facing, and he has already brought to us what we can do to change the status quo. So of course, youth needs to be united, and we should see ourselves as one, fight for your community first.
Yes. Before
fighting for your personal gain. So these are real things we need to hear from our youth who are already into politics. So he also emphasized that we shouldn't fear, we should take our destiny in our hands. So, of course, we need to come together to put ideas together as elite, youth, and people of progressive minds. So, we really appreciate you, Mr.
Thank you so much.
And of course, we'd like to have you again when we have issues around politics and even around life to discuss and to bring to our viewers. I believe that when we call you, you will answer us.
It will be my pleasure.
Our viewers, we promise to bring you more enlightening youth to shed light on youth marginalization in Okeogun politics. Expect us soon. Thank you for watching.
Thank
Bye.
you.